Hey friends, welcome to my paper leaves that I made today. I used trying to recycle a lot of things, and today I used these brown paper type of things that are on top of newspaper piles and flyers and that kind of thing to protect the flyers. My girls deliver flyers, and this is what I get, and I get tons of them. I make journals and whatnot from them. So I decided to make some of these really nice big leaves today. So I'm using decoupage from DecoArts, a matte medium, and I'm just painting with my paintbrush. They're my glue brush actually. I just use it just for glue, and I keep it in a little water container so it doesn't get dried out, and I'll keep it in there for like ever until I accidentally let the water dry out and wreck my brush and then I have to get another brush. So it's fine to leave in there for years on end, kind of a thing. I just have a dollar store brush in the cup, and I have a couple inches of water in there. So here I am just putting some floral wire in the paper and kind of embossing it with my fingers a bit here and trimming away what I didn't glue. But I do another set of these here. I just do 4 these larger leaves here. So I do 2 of them in a paper folded in half. I'm just using my embossing folder here, little embossing tool, and doing the same thing again. So I'm just going to put the glue, the Mod Podge, on both sides and cut my floral wire in half. Do a little bit of a bend in it so that it's got a natural bend like leaves do, and do both sides of my paper and fold that and sandwich the floral paper, or I mean floral wire, in between those. So I think decoupage works well with this. You don't need anything too strong. This is a good enough glue for it, and I just like the way it works. And when I was drying them, they kind of curved a little bit too, the paper, so that worked to my favor. Is the design of my flower I can't think today, paper leaf. So I'm just cutting my stems out for my leaf. And you can use this technique for feathers as well. I just want to make these really nice long leaves. You can do any shape, you can do any kind. I was just kind of playing with these today. Thought I would go for it. And yeah, you can make them any size. I can make some small ones for embellishments and whatnot, but I just wanted to make some really nice kind of biggy ones, semi-big. Cut them into long shapes. So I decided to use some paints on here, and I used all the products I used today on this project are from DecoArts. So here are my leaves. So I just got a tray, the old tray with that, it's like the styrofoam tray, food trays, and I just have it layers and layers of paint, so it's perfect. I used some of that deep yellow, blue, red in DecoArt, and I also used some white. Just trimming up this one, just reshaping it. And now I'm using these silicone cases that I've gotten in mail, Happy Mail, in the past. I can't recall who gave them to me. I'm so sorry. I think I know. I think it was, I think I know who it was. I believe it, I believe it was Nancy Bastine that gave them to me. I'm not 100% sure, so sorry if I got that wrong. And now this one here, it was a set of 4 that were a coaster set, just like an outdoor fun coaster set. That little yellow one, they had one in each primary color, and those make great marks too, so you can use whatever you find with some really cool marks on them. So here I am just doing kind of two different styles on each, like one on each side. So I'm using the dark blue and the red on this side. I try to do a little bit different on the other sides. Playing around with it. So I'm just painting the paint on and stamping it out. See, putting my leaves a little close together to get little partials and whatnot on them. And having a lot of fun with it. It didn't take too much paint, didn't take too much time, and it was just right to do a little project. Don't know what I will do with these leaves yet, but I do have them hanging on some cord on the wall. So I might just leave them like that, or I might put them in a project. And if I did smaller ones, or you do smaller ones, you can use them for anything, for embellishments. Pretty cute. So I continue with all these paints, doing a little bit of white, trying to just do a little bit different. I didn't want to make sure I didn't do everything all the same, so I tried to split them up as I'm working. So this was really easy. You could doodle on them and all that kind of thing too. I was thinking about doing it, and I thought, you know, I'm going to keep it simple this time and play with it like that, and yeah. So here I was using these markings that look kind of tribal or whatever, and I was just trying to, like, saw that Egyptian or tribal or something you see on Greek walls or whatever, and I was just like, hey, I'm going with that. So I started looking at what designs I had in there, kind of using it to my advantage, and then use that deep yellow on there on a different part, because it had different parts of the silicone that I could use with different shapes. So that was really cool. Mix up my colors. And I just speed this up a little bit to get through it, but it wasn't a very long video. It was quite short. Didn't have to overspeed, like my videos were sometimes an hour or so long to make something. This one didn't take too long. And this one's got little black X's. I used, I was going to paint the gold, and I'm like, I like my fingers getting in there. I love my fingers getting gold finger. I like to use the gold a lot, so I did that on the edges. And I went back with other colors as well. I went back with a black just on the very, very edge. I also, on the other side, went back with a silver because I thought the black was just too much, and the silver kind of lightened it up a bit, so I used silver as well this time. I love using gold though, it just makes everything pop. And I like to overheat them too, so I like the little bubbles that the gold, the metallics do, the gold and the silver. I'm putting a little bit more in. So now I'm just like, okay, gotta flip that one and do the other side. I think when I put the black on right the edge of the gold, just very carefully, and the very edge of the leaf, it made that gold pop a bit more, which is really nice. So I didn't blop it on as much as I blopped the gold on. Just was more careful with the edge. And yeah, I made it pop. And then I just put like a silver on the other side after, just because the black was just too much, I thought, on its own. And the silver kind of lightened it up, pushed it back a bit. And this is my cute little project. I think these guys turned out pretty cute, and imagine different shapes of leaves and sizes. You can make a dream catcher or chimes. I thought, not chimes, but like a mimic of chimes, like a mobile or something. Pretty cute. So here I think I'm doing the silver. It's, I'm kind of doing it towards myself a little bit. The camera's just not quite catching that angle properly, and I gotta make a better effort to move forward and show you guys what I'm doing. So the silver side looked pretty cool, I think, too. The silver lining. And that is my project. I did decide to tie some string to it. But I did here now, I was going to be done with it, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm going to put some glue and seal it. So then I did some Mod Podge, or the decoupage, and I sealed it on both sides, and it had just the perfect, this is the matte one, and it had the perfect sheen on there to see that, to just set it off even more. So here I'm tying it up to the string, my little jute type of string, and that is it. I hope you guys like this project and give it a try. Do your own sizes, do your own designs, and yeah, have some neat leaves lying around. Talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.